Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings and consider becoming a member to the channel. Where is the love for Subriel, Matias, and Alberto Puello? Talk about two amazing fighters that have just been overshadowed by Edgar Berlanga against Shiraz and Shakur Stevenson against Zepeda. Man, no one's talking about Matias and Puello. No respect is being put on these guys' names. Yo, I think this is a travesty. I'll be honest with you. Everything that I've been doing, well, I mean, I talk about them a little bit, but the hype is really around, Shakur Stevenson and Zepeda. I'm pretty much consumed with that fight. But I just think this is one of those fights where it's like Puello and Matias is like a chess match in a minefield. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they've gotten enough coverage, man. Because to be honest with you, this fight could easily steal the show. But it is what it is, you know, but I just think it's horrible. But Matias, look, I don't know who wins this fight. But what I will tell you is Matias could win if, you know, hey, he's the pressure fighter. He's the high volume puncher. You know, that's what this card is, boxers versus pressure fighters / punchers. And Matias, if he can sit there, man, and cut the ring off and do like what Zepeda has to do to Shakur Stevenson, man. Force exchanges, land heavy shots. I just think he has a good chance of winning because Puello's got to get settled into a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Puello doesn't just come out there and have his rhythm. He'll come out there firing, but Matias has just got to jump on him and catch him cold. And Matias has got to cut that ring off, step to him, make it brutal, make it violent. And if he can absorb Matias' punches and just kind of walk through those punches. I mean, if he can absorb Puello's punches and just walk through Puello's punches, Matias has a real good chance to win the fight, man. The man's got a 100% KO ratio. You know, you could take that how you want. Say, oh, he fought tomato cans, or say he fought high caliber fighters. The bottom line, he's got a 100% KO ratio. It's no joke. And if he gets inside on Puello, that shit is going to be extremely dangerous for Alberto Puello, because now he's in the danger zone, and that danger zone being governed by Subriel Matias. Now Puello, I mean, he's just got to somehow come in there and fight like Liam Paro. And I mean that I didn't expect I knew Liam Paro could win. I think I even said I wouldn't be surprised if Liam Paro won that fight. But Matias had just left Panda, came back to Puerto Rico, probably the worst place for him to be at and train, but I know he got family there and everything, but bottom line, he got in there in a fight that he should have won and he lost. But Puello, if he can, you know, follow the Liam Paro blueprint and stick, move, frustrate, and clinch when needed, I mean, you know, Puello's going to win the fight. The thing is, he's undefeated, and we can feel how we want about Puello as a fighter, but remember, he got in there with Gary Antoine Russell, and, you know, he beat Russell pretty convincingly. So that lets you know that there's something about El Puello Loco. I couldn't wait to say that shit. But understanding this thing that Turk El Sheik's put together, the Tom and Jerry's is what he's put together, basically. A boxer, a mover against a come forward. And that's why I think Turk El Sheik is talking so much about Tom and Jerry. For Matias, he's would have had a better chance of winning the fight with an 18 by 18 ring, but now it's back to standard size. But he got to put the pressure. He got KO power. He's got to show it. And as far as the odds, he's a slight favorite. I mean, when you look at the KO ratio, I think the odds makers are probably saying, hey, it just takes one from him and the fight's over. With Puello, it's more just like a volume of punches and eventually going to a decision, but winning by a landslide, but he doesn't have the one-punch KO power like they feel Subriel Matias has. And that's why he's a slight underdog. But if Puello can survive the early rounds and keep Matias turning, he could edge out the fight. But if Matias traps him before round 6, I just think it could be lights out, man. You know what I'm saying? Both of those guys just fought March 1st. Yeah, I think March 1st, February 1st. One of those, I think it's March 1st of this year. And you look at the way they performed. I mean, stylistically, it really couldn't have been more different. You know what I'm saying? Matias came in there, steamrolled his opponent, just walked through the opponent's artillery and violently stopped the dude. Puello, in a fight, some people were saying that he may have lost. He had to really try to dig it out and earn that victory, but some people felt that Puello didn't look that great in that fight. So if you ask me, I think a guy like Puello fighting Sandor Martin, he just ended up being slick, cautious, calculated against a guy like Sandor Martin, who's a really good fighter. But Puello will show ring IQ. He will show composure, but he didn't dominate in that fight. And I just think against a guy like Matias, who's a totally different beast, if he can't come out here, man, and show the composure and be calculated and slow the fight down and disrupt Matias, Puello's going to lose. Simple. And then when Matias fought the guy Valenzuela, not the El Rayo like you guys know, but Gabriel Valenzuela, you just saw him come out there, man, and get the TKO in round 8. But Matias had something to prove. He couldn't take another loss. And I think he's coming in with that same energy against Puello, like, look, F this. You know what I mean? If David Benavidez is a Mexican monster, I'm the Puerto Rican monster. I got a 100% KO ratio for a reason, and he's going to show it. Peer pressure. Just trying to walk Puello down the same way he did Valenzuela. High volume, high impact, high connect rate. And he's willing to absorb shots to keep coming forward. The thing is, can he absorb Puello shots? I'm not saying Puello is necessarily a tickler in the ring, but he sure as hell ain't a one-hitter quitter. But we'll see if Matias can push through it and get close and drop Puello and possibly stop him. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Bottom line is Subriel Matias, in my opinion, is a Puerto Rican wrecking ball. And if you let him get to going and get to swinging, he will destabilize you with the easiness. So seems to be back to his KO ways after losing to Paro. He's actually now the IBF mandatory challenger. So, good job to Matias to get back in position, for Puello to continue doing the business like he's been. I just think when you take a look at it, man, it's going to be a storm of a fight. I don't know who wins, but I tend to favor the boxers because of this the standard size ring. But Matias is used to fighting in the standard size ring. He's used to overwhelming opponents. He's used to beating the crap out of them. Can he do that against Puello? I don't know. Anyway, I figured I'd do this video because to me, they're not getting any coverage. I think it's unfortunate that these two amazing fighters, they're on a great fight card, but damn, they're being overshadowed. So we're going to bring a little attention to them and show them a little love. Anyway, I don't know who wins, but I know it's going to be a good damn scrap. I'm rooting for Matias, though, I ain't going to lie. But I honestly don't know who wins. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.